Kiongozi wa jambo sana. Habari ya wewe? Kitonga?
Ni George.
Ogeni?
Mugamano.
Ogeni Kairi?
Salama kabisa.
Karibuni kwa Monyoro. Hapa ni wa Monyoro wenyewe. Karibuni. Asante sana.
Mlima iko imara.
Kabisa. Mlima ndio ile bwana umeona.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's political analysis. If there is one person who is ready to give it all, whatever that it may take at his disposal to ensure that William Samoei Ruto goes home early come 2027, then this person is none other than Rigathe Gachagua.
We are faced with a problem as a country. Na Professor Kibwana nimesikia ukisema ati hii mtu atatusumbua. Hakuna, si tuko na dawa yake, tunamjua. Don't worry. Siku tutaingia kwa juu ya gari vile ameingia pale mwisho. We'll dismantle him. Tutamuanika vizuri. Watu wakimuona wanawaambia wewe hatutaki uongo. I'm telling and we are reaching there. Tunapatia yeye mwaka hii ya 2025. 2026 hakuna mtu atasikiza uongo yake Kenya. We'll make sure. So don't worry, tuko sawa.
If I compare all the opposition leaders and the current critics of President William Ruto, and I check on their determination and commitment for removal of William Ruto from office, then that man is Rigathe Gachagua. But why do I say so? I say so because Rigathe Gachagua ticks almost all boxes for William Ruto's early retirement. Because if you require finances, Rigathe Gachagua has the finances. If you need groundwork, grassroot mobilization, and then Rigathe Gachagua is good at that. If you want oral literature, well-spoken propaganda or facts, a flowing narrative, and then Richard Rigathe Gachagua is a good speaker, a good orator, a man whom you cannot ignore his speech, whether he's speaking facts or nonsense. He knows how to put the narrative to tickle your ears. If you want a bravery, Rigathe Gachagua is brave. If you want a man who understands William Ruto's politics and how he captured power, Rigathe Gachagua captured that arrangement. If you want a man who comes from a vote-rich region, then Rigathe Gachagua hails from traditionally vote-rich region. If you want a man who commands Mount Kenya at the moment, Rigathe Gachagua has a good number of followers from Mount Kenya, if not to say that a good percentage. But ladies and gentlemen, before I give you the formula of William Ruto's ouster come 2027, then allow me to invite those who are coming across our channel for the first time that please take a moment, a minute or two, to subscribe to MJR YouTube channel. And to our subscribers, we want to say that we are so grateful for your support. Your continued support has made MJR to achieve what we have achieved up to this point. But you know what? There's still a lot to be done. There's still a task to monetize this channel. Then we need 4,000 watch time, which we are still working on. So continue sharing, continue commenting, continue liking these videos, and give us your opinion on the comment section to make it more better. Because now it is not our intention to waste your precious time. MJR is back on track. Why do I feel convinced that Rigathe Gachagua is more committed than these other leaders? He goes out of his way to find the right formula, to find the right strategy, to reach to the right people, to assemble these leaders with the right narrative. And he knows that for you to beat Ruto, you must create a good propaganda, a narrative that must be sold. You remember that video, the day when Rigathe Gachagua was telling leaders when they gathered during Martha Karua's launch of party launching, that William Ruto told them that if you repeat a lie again and again, eventually it will look like a truth, like an advertisement of Ariel or Omo. It was repeated again and again, and it entered into the people's head. So that is how Ruto does his politics. And Rigathe Gachagua has mastered that. So he said in that clip that they are going to give William Ruto up to 2026. Then after that, they are going to get hold of that microphone and emerge on top of those sunroof vehicles and to expose William Ruto's lies to the point which William Ruto will be rejected and propaganda will be exception rather than the rule. The facts will be put on table to convince people William Ruto must look for facts, because opposition have crafted a narrative which they are going to sell. The high cost of living, the universal health care or the Taifa care, its segment SHA, which is not delivering health care or health services. These people are going to remind them, the citizens, of the loans and the corruption. And that is how Mr. President Kibaki was defeated in 2007. Kibaki never won the election. He was just sworn in. So William Ruto, you can also be sworn in come 2027. But your chances of winning 2027 during the election is going to grow thinner and thinner if Rigathe Gachagua remain on track. If something is not done, the kind of mobilization Rigathe Gachagua is going to do for you, if he gathered Mount Kenya alone and gather it properly, and then look for friends like Kalonzo Musyoka with their 2 million votes, and let's say that Matiangi come on board with his 2 or nearly 2 million votes, and they vote properly, and they do voter sensitization, voters education, and they create awareness on the reason why you should go home, Mr. President. If you don't do something very quickly, then you will be sworn in and will not win the election. Because you must have enough members of parliament on your side. You must win the majority of the regions. William Ruto, how are you going to win at the 7 Mount Kenya counties? How are you going to convince parts of Nairobi which Kikuyus also have a good number of votes? William Ruto, convince us that you are going to persuade the people in the villages that they trust you with their votes when they are living in a dilapidated state of economy. How are you going to tell them when they can't afford to buy matchbox? Because matchbox have now gone beyond 5 shillings. William Ruto, do you know that in rural Kenya, you can't spend in less than 5 shillings? The little amount you can use is 5 shillings going onwards. Even the little things that we used to buy 2 shillings, William Ruto, those things, those commodity, they no longer sell or goes at that price. William Ruto tell us, if we cannot access markets because of poor roads, how are we going to vote you for another 5 years? While the people like Rigathe Gachagua are busy in the villages every day doing grassroot mobilization, how are we going to be convinced? I listen to these other guys. I don't see them anywhere. But Gachagua is ready to use his resources to ensure you go home. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time, and may God bless you.